Hi everyone, good morning and welcome back to Spiritual Growth Tarot with a little bit of astrology for these dailies. Today I'm using Jamie Sawyer's 1909 Rider-Waite-Smith edition redo. She redid it. She redone it. Anyway, this is from Monday, December 6th, or no, I'm sorry, December 5th. And the moon has been in Taurus. It's midway through, and it's exactly conjunct the north node. So the direction that we're all going is towards more valuing what matters to us most, hopefully moving towards more safety. But we need to fight for that when it comes to gun laws. But the moon's also conjunct Uranus. So it could be one of those mornings where you wake up and it's like, oh, maybe you had some dreamtime guidance that came through, and there's these aha moments that keep happening throughout the day. So these two cards are definitely popping up. So this one, yeah, Four of Pentacles. And that's, and you can see it's our Sun in Capricorn card. I love this deck because it has little... Oh, and then we have the Ace of Cups. So that can be any water sign. And the other one is the Three of Cups reversed. Okay, so this could be one of those days where you are focusing in on healthy, strong boundaries and maybe not being affected by others and needing to hold on to yourself, your sense of self. Being very, very centered is what I'm feeling with this card. And that even if we bump up against somebody else during the day that's challenging, to say the least, it can, depending on how we feel, if somebody's coming at you with some negativity, and I'm only saying this because of these other cards here reversed, because the Four of Pentacles alone does not warrant what I'm going to say. But this combination here brings me into this place where if you bump up against somebody during the day in whatever way, text or email or physically or whatever, and they're not connecting with how you feel, and they're stuck in their own, maybe they're even greedy, maybe they're even just being very negative and they don't want to let go of their point of view. It's always an opportunity to see what they may be reflecting about us or to us. And I think I said something like this the other day, where sometimes you realize you're not being mirrored and then you just walk away. Oh, I think it came through in the astrology reading for the week, where, because we do have, oppositions happening here. And in fact, that the moon is now, because it's conjunct the north node over here, it's opposing the south node over here. So those are like mirrors of confrontation sometimes, but they can lead to great breakthroughs, because if you take anything personally that's negative coming from someone else, that's on you, because it's not. Sometimes it comes through because it triggers something inside we need to work on, of our own. Like if you get into a big, over it, then we know that that's something there's some emotional material. With this Ace of Cups reversed, it's often a breakup. And it could be because somebody's been very greedy, and it's often a card of emotional pain. And with the Three of Cups, this could be feeling maybe like it's going to be the place where we kind of go into like self-pity. It's like, oh, why didn't they invite me? Or, there's something going on. And so if that happens, I always try to just not take things personally, but if there is pain that comes up, it's good for us to process it through. And then when we meet that pain, when we meet the negativity of others, then eventually, and it's our determination to continue that matters, to continue to meet the pain if need be every time it comes up. But don't take it personally. It's just that, go through whatever you need to go through when the opportunity arises. Because every time we do that, it'll bring us back to center. Every time we go through the pain of the past, which is what these two cards here, the Ace of Cups and the Three of Cups reversed, every time it'll bring us back to our center once we clear out the past. And then we're present with reality. And then we have a stable foundation, right? And it's interesting, we had, even with a different deck, I'm pretty sure yesterday, if I'm remembering correctly, we had the Four of Pentacles in the center. So, there's something that the cards are bringing through again about healthy boundaries and the need to protect ourselves. But so I'm feeling like this would be inner security, inner emotional security. And when we really love ourselves, then we can love others to the degree that it's all the same. Like if we don't really love ourselves, we're not going to love others very well either. So when we bump into people like that who are not very loving, then you know that it's the way they treat themselves too. Right? Yeah. So then it makes it a little easier to just love yourself through it. I always say love yourself through it, no matter what you're going through. And it might make it easier to just walk away. So, okay, so next, that's our personal portion. Next, for the political portion, I'm using this little deck here. It's Archie McPhee's Super Awesome Future Fortune Cards. And I wanted to check on Rudy Giuliani. We have not seen or heard anything from him in so long, and I'm wondering what's going on. Because usually he's one of those guys, he's all over the place. He used to be pretty what's that word? Ubiquitous? All over the place, all the time. Rudy Giuliani, what's been going on with you? What is going on? What's you up to? I feel like doing 4, and I don't know if they'll fit, but... Oh, and he's hanging out with the rats still. I don't know if 4 is going to fit. Hanging out with the rats ad infinitum. Can't get away from the rats. Can't get away from the darkness. And the darkness is in him. Whenever you're reading on somebody and you get the King card, if it's a man, it's him. If I would have gotten the Queen card, then I would think it's his wife, but I think he's divorced. So he's really tied up in some dark stuff. Really, really tied up in dark stuff. Wow. So maybe he's literally like looking at where he can throw some darkness out to try and save his own ass. But he's like eating himself. You know what I mean? To have this card, so this card can be a very, very, very neutral card. But when it's in the middle of 2 negative cards, because there are some happy cards in this deck, we've got the House, Blender. We have some pretty negative cards too. There's a Letter. We've got the Pig, that's Abundance. We've got the Rider. We do have some pretty neutral cards. Happiness. There's a Lilies card in this deck. But he has 2 really negative cards. So he's hanging out with people who are thieves, and he's part of that, and he's probably trying to figure out how to get out of it. I'm wondering if he could even leave the country. Let me draw some more cards. Let me see if I can figure out, like, because this looks like what he's doing. He's still, to be connected to the devil. He's in his addictions. Oh, that's what it is. He's totally tied up in his addictions. But this is also, a card of somebody who's really greedy and who's an abuser and, pessimistic and cheating and blind and all that, right? Yeah, I always, when I see the infinity symbol, I always think of 8, like the power of just 8 being powerful. So, and what's crossing him, right? And then with the rats, that's self-explanatory there. Somebody got in and stole something. So he's still in that vicious circle, is what I'm getting here, of cheaters and abusers. Cheaters and abusers and theft. So what else? Where is he? If I can even get that with these cards. Where is he? Oh, he's traveling. Okay, so he's traveling. He might be moving around with anybody who can take him. And this is overseas. And yeah, he keeps moving around. That's what I'm getting. You would think that he couldn't get... Oh, now there's a thought. Because, we don't have in this deck, there's no, like, yacht card. But I think he's doing what he can by water. Hanging out on people's yachts. Wow. Interesting. Okay. Well, that's all I have on Rudy for now. Okay. Thanks, you guys. Take good care. Bye.